Hi, welcome back. Thank you so much to everybody who watched my first video. I had so much fun doing it. I'm so excited to get into this one. It is almost the middle of September, which means it's almost October, which means we're almost all about to be attacked by pumpkin spice lattes. So I figured I had about 3 days to do a summer look before I had to give it up and go put on a parka. So that's what we're gonna do today. It's going to be pink, it's going to be sparkly, it's going to be cute and summery. So please, if you're interested in that, let's do some makeup. As always, we're going to start with primer. I'm using my Smashbox Oil and Shine Control. I haven't found a primer better than this for oily skin. It doesn't control as much as I would like, or maybe as much as I need. If anybody knows any really good oil and shine control primers, hit me with that, because I'm down to try. And then we're going to use our Armani Power Fabric Foundation, and I'm going to mix it with the Maybelline BB Cream, my little concoction. Mix them together, press it into my skin, and then just rub it in. Make sure you get that down your neck. Then I will take my Morphe Beauty Sponge, and I'm going to bounce that out. I don't like super full coverage foundation. I like to show a little bit still of my freckles and, a little bit, so it's sort of like my face but better. So I think that the mixing of the two, the BB cream and the Armani Power Foundation, they work really well for that. I'm going to prime my eyes with my concealer. So I'm using the Age Rewind for that. And then I'm using my MAC 242S flat brush just to smudge that everywhere, like up to my brows, because I always put my color up there. And then we will set that. You always got to set it, otherwise it will crease. So I will be taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. You want to have just enough that you're not tacky anymore, but not so much that it's like super, super powdery. It's a fine line. So now we're going to contour. I really wanted my face to look a little bit more pulled in, a little bit more snatched. So I'm gonna not do the lighter shade in my Shade and Light palette. I'm gonna use the middle and darker shades. This one and this one on my Morphe M523. I'm gonna just swirl it around, like, well, I guess pat it, pat, 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 and then one dab there. And I'm gonna just above your cheekbone. And I always sort of like to bring it up here. I find that it just gives my eyes a more lifted look. So depending on your face shape, you can do that too. And then I always take the excess and I just on my nose. And then we're going to take whatever's left over on the brush and get those jaw bones. You could work out, or you could use powder to give yourself a jaw. It's up to you. And then we're going to use the darker shade to do your forehead. It's also just about giving your face dimension. A little bit of a cut jaw. Always just use whatever's left over to do that. And then on my nose again. All right. I'm going to use this Laura Geller Baked blush. And it's got a little bit of a shimmer in it, which is so pretty. Just dab, dab, dab. This, I don't know what kind of brush this is. It just showed up one day and I like it. So I'm very sorry, but it's just an angled brush. And then I'm gonna bring it all the way up. Big circles. And it just gives you a really pretty, like, shimmery, blushy look. So after that, we're going to bronze. We're going to use this bronze Bondi. I'm just swirling it in the pan. I always do like big circles. I sort of place the product back and forth, and then I do big circles to take it out. And of course under my chin, and then swish, swish, and we're gonna do it on our forehead. We're going to use our Laura Mercier translucent powder to cut our cheekbones. So I just empty just a little bit of it into the lid. I'm going to take, so this is the side I blended it out with, and then I'm going to take the other side. No, that's a good look right there. And on this. And we'll just put the leftover setting powder back into this. This is a delicate maneuver. You always lose a little bit. Wish me luck. I did all right. So we're just gonna let that bake for a few minutes while we do our highlighter. I got this Benefit Soft Focus highlighter. So it's just this little like stick. So I want to be super careful when I'm putting this on my face. I don't want it to stick to my foundation and start pulling it off. So let's try with our fingers. So I'm just gonna swirl it on. See, I mean, it's a nice color. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that's good. And because I'm doing my pink pretty look, I'm going to do a pink highlighter today. I'm going to use this beautiful pink one right in the middle. And again, just pop that on top there. It's so nice. It's a lot. So I'm going to put a little bit less on this side. I'm going to wipe this off. So we're just going to get that powder off here. And then same as last time, I'm going to come up here, especially because that highlighter is really popping. We're going to swoop. I'm going to just poke myself in the eye. And now we're going to do eyes. I'm so excited. I'm going to start off today with my original Jaclyn Hill palette. It is, as you can see, very dirty and well loved. Please excuse me, it's hard to keep it clean. So these are the two transition shades I always use. As you can see, very well loved hitting pan. So that's what I'm going to start off with today. My MAC 224 fluffy brush. Dip in first this one and then this one. So I'm going to do this on both eyes first, and then I'm going to do this one afterwards. And back and forth, and then circular motions to diffuse that color. Last video, I only wanted to use one palette because I didn't want to be that girl. This video, I got palettes on palettes. I have to be that girl because nothing has the right number of matte pinks that I need. So I'm going to use this Element of Surprise Colorpop palette, and I'm going to use this color, which is called Go With The Flow. It looks brown, but it comes off like a dusty rose. I'm still using my big fluffy brush. I want it to be super diffused, still a transition shade. So now we're going to go into this Anastasia Sultry. I'll show you the packaging. So pretty. So it's got this really nice swirl right here. We're going to put that all over the lid. I'm going to take this really small packer brush. This is old. This is the first ever makeup brush I ever got. I looked on the internet for the most versatile brush, and I don't know why, this is the brush that came up. So I was like, wicked, I'll be able to use it for everything. Kids, this is the most versatile brush. If you need one brush, get this one. The MAC has them, Morphe has it. It's cheaper, obviously, with Morphe. This is an M433 Morphe. This is the MAC. As you can see, they are the same. This is a MAC 217 because you can pack with this side and then you can turn it over and blend. So it does all the things that you need. So yeah, we're going to pack that right on the lid. Okay, so we're going to do it like that. And if you can see, it comes up just over my mobile lid. We'll take that Morphe M433. And we're just going to diffuse. I think I just want to put on a little bit more color. Just little circular motions right on that line there. And again, we're going to wing it out a little bit. Just blend a little bit more up. I am loving this. So nice. So now we must decide which pink sparkle are we going to put right here. So this Anastasia palette has this gorgeous rose quartz color, but also the Jaclyn Hill palette has these three pinks right here. I'm going to do the Rose Quartz from the Anastasia palette. We're gonna start with our finger. We're gonna see how it works. So first I'm gonna use that Rose Quartz color. So I'm gonna put that on my finger and I'm just going to put it right here. I'm tapping. See, tap. Right there on it. Yums. Okay, and then on top of that, we're gonna do that pearl color. So I'm gonna use that same finger and I'm just patting it into that pearl. I'm just going to lightly, see, it just gives it more of like a lighter, iridescent stunningness. I'm so happy. So I'm gonna do a soft brown shadow underneath with my liner. So I'm going to use the Tartiste double-ended liner. And then I'm going to blend it out. I just like to have a base because my shadow doesn't stick all the time. So I like to put a little sort of sticky base underneath it. And then at least I always have something. And then we will take our Quo crease blending brush with nothing on it. Maybe that's why I can't get my shadow to stick, because I'm blending it out with a brush with nothing on it. Next time we'll put shadow on this brush and we'll see if my stuff doesn't stick better throughout the day. So then I want to do my inner corner. And I've got this beautiful Kathleen Lights Colorpop white pigment. So I'm going to put the color Fresh right here down on my inner corner. Then we're going to take our setting spray. So we've got our MAC Fix Plus. So you don't need a lot, just whatever's in the lid is enough. So I'm going to take this little Morphe M431, wet it, just dab it in the lid, and then I'm going to put it on the inner corner. So I'm using this CoverGirl brow pencil, trace under my brow. I brush up, I trace under, and then I'm going to start from the end of my brow and just sort of like fill it in lightly, the tail of my brow. I'm just brushing that color through to make it even. I'm going to use this 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. It's just a clear brow gel. Okay, so now we're going to set our face with our Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And we're going to press it in. We're going to do our mascara. Here's the mascaras that I use. So I'm going to do this off camera and I will see you when I'm all mascaraed up. Okay, mascara is done, and now I'm going to put a little bit of a highlight on underneath my brow bone. Just a little something to like spice it up a little bit. Let's take this hair down. All right, and that's the finished look. I am so happy with how it turned out. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I had so much fun creating this pretty pink look. I feel so girly. It's a good day. I hope it was a good day for you, and we will definitely see you in the next one.